Sylvia,
And we are
Three Friends Talk.
Hello.
Hey. Hey.
How y'all feeling?
I feel like so much has happened. That's how I feel.
Oh. You gonna tell us about it?
Well, why don't y'all introduce yourself?
It's a vibe. I like this one.
That's her new album.
I don't know.
Okay, Dr. Courtney doesn't know. Got it.
Okay.
She's just feeling it.
You
Hey,
know,
friends.
Yeah, so that's Dr. Courtney bopping around.
Oh, I'm
Next to
sorry.
Dr. Leah next to her, and I'm Dr. Sylvia, and welcome to another episode of
Three Friends Talk. It's Wednesday night. We're back.
We are there.
We're live at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. EST for our bi-weekly podcast. So we missed y'all last week. I hope y'all had some fun and enjoying this warmer weather.
It's getting warm.
I am.
It's getting hot.
So, Mother's Day was this past weekend. How was your weekend?
It was good. Mine was good.
Happy belated Mother's Day, ladies.
Thank you. I didn't hear from you. What were you doing?
You didn't hear from me?
I did not.
Oh, my bad, dog.
Yeah.
I thought I texted y'all. My bad.
No, I texted you and I told you to give Ellen my love.
You did. My bad. I charged it to my head, not my heart.
Mm.
I was with my mommy and we chilled. She didn't want to go anywhere. We watched church. Then we called all of her sisters and my cousin. We got to FaceTime and see her brand new babies. And yeah, it was just mommy-daughter time. My brother was working. So.
Oh, well, sweet. I had a whole weekend of activities. I got to spend time with my family. My little one and my hubby gave me a lot of Mother's Day gifts Friday and Saturday because I got flued out to New Orleans to spend actual Mother's Day with my mommy. So,
oh, that was awesome.
Yeah. So while we were in New Orleans, I took her to brunch and she wanted to go hang out at Jazz Fest. And so it was the last day of Jazz Fest in New Orleans. If you don't know, Jazz Fest in New Orleans is 2 weekends long. So we got to go on the last day and she got to see Kool and the Gang and Frankie Beverly and Maze. So me and Mama were just partying in the streets on
Frankie
Sunday.
Beverly was there?
Frankie was there. You know, his voice is still a little raspy. You know, it had never quite recovered. You know.
Yeah.
But he was
one. Still looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, all the people were singing his hits for him.
I'm saying performance-wise.
He did very good. The crowd was all for it. We had a great time.
Yes, I mean, why wouldn't he? He's always looked good. You're right.
So,
but I care about that voice.
Yeah, no, it's still raspy. It's still raspy.
Aww.
Yeah, but you ain't saying about the raspy voice, and I say he look good, you're gonna laugh.
Frankie Beverly and Maze in New Orleans have a special bond. Like they used to close Essence Fest every year, and
they
it's
might
just
close
a
it again
vibe.
this summer.
Oh, really?
I know Janet's gonna be there, so we're going Saturday night to see Janet at Essence.
I might have to pull up.
Oh, you must. So yeah, Mother's Day weekend was great. I ate. Y'all know I've been working out. This was like we're coming off of what was it? Physical physical health month. Yes. So I've been working out every day, 5 a.m. You name it. I was at boot camp. I went to New Orleans, 24 hours.
Snatched your soul.
Everything. And I swear, it's like I ain't never done nothing. I don't understand when I go home, like I'll go. That's why I can't stay there. Because I'm just my inner fat girl comes out. I can't help it.
Okay. It's nothing wrong with that.
Gotta get back on it. So, but good. I had a great time.
Awesome. My Mother's Day was chill. It was a busy weekend. Graduation parties, then
all the graduations.
spending time with my family, and we got to go out to eat and try something new, and we had a
You
good
tried a
time.
new dish.
No, we went to a new restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
and I took my mom out Saturday night, just kind of like on the fly, and we hung out and got some footsie massages. So it was nice.
Well, that's good. I got
Yeah.
to tell y'all something else I did before I went to New Orleans before Mother's Day weekend started. I was invited to speak to one of the candidates running for the governor of Georgia.
Mm,
Can I tell
okay.
you
The
about
next
that, son?
governor of Georgia.
Yes, the next governor. Let's speak it into existence. So, Stacey Abrams is running for the governor of Georgia, and I was honored to speak on a panel this past week. And really representing Black women in healthcare and getting to ask those challenging questions to her. It was a small, intimate group. So, the president or the chair of the Clayton County Democrats here in Georgia, um,
A super
she's a
friend.
phenomenal woman and leader in our community, our super friend, Sakari Johnson. So she put it together, invited a couple of women in different aspects of business and healthcare. And it's a video that's going to be featured. I'll put in the chat, you guys, where to find it. But Stacey Abrams, really down to earth, really for the people. And she just brings about this energy that she really does care and is going to make some changes to benefit the greater good. So I couldn't have been happier to speak to her and meet her in person. I have her book. If you guys have not been inspired, please, look up some of the initiatives that Stacey has going on, and just root for her. Like, she just needs to be here. If y'all know people in Georgia, so vote for Stacey. But it was a great experience. So I have to share more about that. So,
Yes,
and I got
Miss.
a chance to ask her. I didn't ask her about Roe versus Wade. Y'all know that that's very hot right now, and it started up last week with just a lot of alerts on social media about how you know uh, the decisions on which way the Supreme Court was going, and she touched on it a little bit. I'm more about, what are you going to do about the healthcare disparities in Georgia? What's your stance on this? What's your stance on that? And she said that she's not having it. She is all about women empowerment, women's decisions, and it's just an unfortunate situation. But I think that she is going to be here to have a voice for us that are not being heard. So
That's awesome.
We're so proud
absolutely.
of you, Dr. Courtney, for
Oh, thank you.
representing.
Salute.
And,
I
and
told all about Three Friends Talk.
Yay.
oh, you did?
Yeah, she gonna come on here. We're gonna get
Gonna be a
into
guest?
Come on, Stacy. We ready for you.
me and Stacey's
And
good
you
friend.
know, votes matter. Because of Stacy efforts and Sakari's efforts to get people registered to vote, we were able to turn Georgia blue, or y'all were able to turn Georgia blue and get Ossoff and what's the other one's name?
Warnock.
Warnock in there, and they were crucial into getting Kataji Brown Jackson into the Supreme Court after I can't think of the guy's name, that the justice that's retiring after he retires, which, clearly it's very important to have Supreme Court justices that reflect the population because of, like Dr. Courtney mentioned, Roe v. Wade is likely to be overturned this summer based on the draft opinion that was leaked by Justice Alito. And now people are protesting outside of those five justices' houses and all sorts of things. What are y'all thoughts, ladies?
I don't like it. Do I need to say more?
Yes.
Well, I think that it's unfortunate that they want to overturn it. Um, I am all about making a decision for ourselves, and no one needs to make the decision for me or any other young lady in her body. And that's just point blank, period.
Yeah. I think abortion should be safe and legal. And I think that any decision about having an abortion should be the woman that's considering that decision between her loved ones, and God. I don't think that anyone else should be able to dictate what happens with my body, my friend's body, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I would not be
And
controlled.
yeah. Anything, Dr. Leah?
I stay quiet a lot of times because I am a practicing Catholic. So abortion is not for me. Definitely, I will voice that and will always say that. But
Mhm.
I do not believe in controlling someone else's um, thoughts or actions. You know, even if I don't agree with it. But that's why I just I'm quiet a lot of
But
times
it
on the
shouldn't be.
subject.
But the last people to tell me what, or anyone, um, religious beliefs or not, is the government.
Uh, True. That's why I say I remain quiet on it because I know how I feel for myself. But no, I
Mhm.
do not think that it should be controlled by any entity. Um, if a woman
Outside of
wants
that
to make that,
person.
if a woman wants to make that choice, that should be up to her. And as Sylvia said, that's between her and God. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Well,
hopefully that won't be the case. I saw a sign that said my granddaughter will have less rights than I have. And then the other sign said my grandmother had more rights, is will have more rights than I have. And that struck me. And we know that people lost their lives to botched abortions before it was made legal and protected.
but see,
So
that's the part that is scary. People are gonna get around to doing things that they need to do or have to do, and if it becomes a situation where illegal abortions happen, unsafe abortions, you're gonna have more problems on your hands anyway, because people are going to find a way.
and the people that have access will be able to fly to a state that it has abortion protections. Those that don't have access, you know, uh, you know.
Yeah,
So,
then what?
I guess we'll see what happens. It's a different world that we're living in nowadays.
I think we need to keep talking about it and keep having conversations. Don't keep it bottled up. I know that we're into May now, and that really segues into what Mental Health Awareness Month. So I know we've been putting up a lot of posts and reminders about self care and how to really keep your mental state healthy and things like that. So anything you all want to share about what you're doing this month to um, keep mentally healthy, stay mentally healthy?
let's see. To stay mentally healthy, um, I'm
Talk
just,
to me.
I'm
I'm gonna
just
let me talk to you.
no, nope, nope. I think I'm just kind of really focusing on my self care, like just doing the stuff that I like to do.
Back in the gym.
I'm back in the gym, and then just other stuff. Like I wanna plan stuff and not worry about nobody else. Plan it and just do it for me. It's not on
I
your
love
schedule.
it.
You can't make it. Oh, I'm sorry.
It needs to look like this, not this. You said
Mhm.
back in the gym. I'm sorry. Mental,
We talking
mental,
about me.
mental. I'm talking about you. Yes.
Yeah. So what are you talking
What
about?
just happened? I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
They
No.
going back to the gym when I did like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, yeah, just it's we things on my schedule. Jalen's driving now, so that gives me some free time.
Oh, how's your mental health on that? You nervous? You stressed out
Hmm.
when he goes?
Nope. He is really doing well with that. He first of all, he's not a gas happy child. I was a gas happy child. I was gone.
You had a
Yeah,
heavy
I was
foot.
that before.
And a heavy
No,
foot
I
too.
no, I just wanted to be gone somewhere. Like it didn't matter. I'm going over somebody's house. I'm going to eat. I'm going somewhere. Like I was just not in the house, and he's not like that. So
Mhm.
that gives me a lot of. I'm a little more secure about it probably than my mom was,
He's a
but
homebody.
he's very much a homebody.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good thing. Like he went to get something to eat the other night. I was like, you going somewhere? Really? Okay, good, wonderful.
Have fun. Bring me back something.
Oh, you think I did?
You can't come back without something
I
fun.
said, but what time you? It was 9 o'clock. They gonna close. Get my order.
Hurry up.
Hmm.
She said, "Hurry up, child."
Nope.
Well, good.
We
What
on
about
good.
you,
We're on
Sylvia?
good terms with the driving.
You know, it's easy for me to go down rabbit holes, and with all the noise that's in and things that are happening right now, I just made a decision to like take a step back. As you know, didn't go into it too much last time, but I did have back surgery, so I'm recovering from that. And I have a lot of time on my hands because I have to take it really easy during this recovery, but I'm making sure that I'm keeping positive things in in front of me and in my mind. So that is what I'm doing to protect my mental. But it's just so many people are having such a hard time right now. They said that Black children are really struggling with mental health. Girls are outpacing boys with successful, I hate to use that word, attempts to end their lives. And it's just a gamut of things: social media, traumatic videos, social pressures, racist things, all kinds of things. And that just really, I read that today, and that just really just made me stop and pause and pray. And I think Dr. Leah, you were telling us about a young lady from Dallas, right?
Was she from Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
She was a student at Southern University, and she took her life. I think it was last week, um, very recently. And when you read the last post that she made on social media, it was kind of like a cry for help, but like, I've done this for so long, so I'm just tired and I just want to let go. It was very
Very
painful to
sad.
read. So sending out good thoughts and prayers to her family, because I know they are dealing with a lot. Anybody who's feeling just overwhelmed, and I've seen it a lot posted lately. Check on the people that always are smiling. Those are the main ones that you need to be worried about. Because a lot of times, I know I put on the front a lot of.
Not a lot. You don't
Well,
front a lot.
I mean,
This is her
we
story,
talking
her
about,
truth.
yeah, we talking about every day. We talking about, I can't go around frowning in front of my child. I can't go around frowning. You know what I mean? So yeah, you put on a front. We all do.
Stiff
So
upper lip. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's just, always the people that seem to be the happiest and the strongest. It might not be that true.
Yeah, I can share a story like that now that I think about it. So I've been going into the office like on Fridays, right? And that's just to get connected with the people who have started to go back. And I got so overwhelmed on Friday. And my job is, I think I really have a good hold on it. But Friday, it was a lot coming at me at once. And I was just in my office by myself and I shed a little tear. I just had to like let it out or whatever. And I don't cry like that's, but it's like I had to vent and release that or whatever. So yeah, it does happen, but I've had to learn like how to prevent becoming overwhelmed like that. And I just have to block my calendar and say no now, or put myself in do not disturb, in order to, because I'm in back to back meetings. So when do I find time to do the work or have my next deliverable ready if I'm in back to back meetings? I have to block my calendar. So I've had to learn that. So there are different methods I think that I'm incorporating to help my mental health, be mentally aware of where I need to be. So
I'm so proud of you for sharing that, Dr. Courtney. That's huge, y'all. Um, no, I'm so
growth. That's
sincere.
growth.
So yeah, thanks for sharing that. And you know, if you're going through something, I always say it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to talk to a therapist. Give yourself permission to do that, even if you don't think anything is wrong. There's
Mhm.
always something that can be worked on or something that can be discovered because we don't know our blind spots. And therapy can really help us see that and navigate through these things. I know during this back surgery, I called on my therapist. I said, I got to talk to you, and she said, Sylvia, it's been 1 week. You don't have to have all the answers. And I was like, okay. That's true.
But yes, I do.
I know, right? Am I ever gonna walk again? So
Oh, that's like me with the eye surgery. I wanted the whole cornea transplant. Like, just give me a whole new one. My bad.
maybe
See,
not
jumping to
walk.
conclusions. I
Maybe
just
not
jumped
walk.
on the thing.
That's what I was about to ask. You thought you weren't gonna walk?
Well, I can walk, but I can't walk.
You can't.
I can't
Jig.
lift my
You
right
can't
foot.
jig.
Run.
I can't.
You can't jig
I
yet.
can't run. I can't run. So
Can't run.
anyway, people that I'm
Can't-
just asking you
can't
to pray
twerk.
for a full recovery. Well, I never could twerk. So
Girl, if she come out of this learning how to
Trying
twerk,
to lighten the mood.
it was worth it. Yeah. She'll come out.
surgery was worth it if I could twerk
If you
after.
can come out twerking after this, you got
Okay.
more flexibility.
Hashtag goals. Got it.
it might work.
That doctor was a genius. Miracle worker.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into it.
Let's get into this guest that we have here today because we want to talk to her. She has a lot to share. So, y'all ready?
Yeah.
We're ready.
I'm excited.
I'm
got a
excited
game.
too. You got a game?
I got a game.
Well, let's get to that
Let
game.
me get this sticker off my move.
What's wrong?
She didn't have to tell everybody there was a sticker on
Okay,
there.
why
I
you-
saw Dr. Leah, so
Why
I
you-
was like,
You can see mine?
yeah.
Okay, while you doing it, I'm gonna read her bio.
Go ahead.
So our guest, through her formative years, she continued to dim her own light. See, we were just talking about that, right?
Mhm.
We gotta bring ourselves out of that. So during this time, her sense of self was
That
further
is so
challenged.
distracting.
I wasn't paying attention.
Start over, please.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
So our guest, through her formative years, she continued to dim her light well into her adulthood. During this time, her sense of self was further challenged. As she lost her father, she learned of her infertility struggles. She had endometriosis and fibroids, and she received a diagnosis of irritable bowel syndrome. And the coup de grace, a looming diagnosis of her high blood pressure because she weighed over 290 pounds. So due to her struggles of infertility and IBS, no conventional doctor could truly help her. She had a hysterectomy at 38 due to the fibroids and endometriosis. She never was pregnant. Her GI doctors told her to take pills daily. She had chronic conditions that they were trying to control, and she was not about that life. She refused to do it. She started looking into what we call functional medicine, and it changed her life.
Yay.
In that moment, she had to fight through her fear and find her power. She talked to her creator, and he showed her what she needed to do to heal both her physical and psychological wounds that she endured. Her scars tell her story, one of overcoming and understanding the importance of gut health, and two, finding peace on the other side of her dark, painful infertility journey. So today, she's here. She's learned how to turn her fear into faith, grief into gratefulness, and depression into determination. I'm going to say that again.
Man, I
I'm going
love
to say that
it.
again.
I love it.
Fear into faith,
Fear into faith.
grief into gratefulness,
Grief into gratefulness.
and depression into determination.
Depression
Hello.
into determination.
That's a t-shirt.
Today, she has lost over 100 pounds through her journey.
What is the secret?
Without surgery.
Bloop.
Sign me up.
She wants to share her journey with others. She's found purpose in her pain with her infertility and IBS. She has become an IHP certified health coach. She's an infertility survivor and advocate. And now she's the ambassador for filling empty wombs. She speaks to men and women about infertility. She started Celebrate Health and Wellness. It's a virtual practice. And she helps women with their gut and hormonal imbalances. So today we are bringing to the show Dr. Katashia Partee Kendrick,
Yay!
Gut Health PharmD.
Hi,
Hello,
baby.
Dr. Katashia.
Welcome.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. And I appreciate it. I'm a fan. So I'm so happy to be here.
We're
Yes.
excited to
We are
have
happy
you.
to have you.
And
My fellow Xavier Wrights.
fellow Xavier Wright and a fellow Memphian, I must also add. So thank you
Fellow
for
Texan.
being, as of now.
My heart is in Tennessee.
Thank you. Thank you.
Represented.
So glad to have you know where it is. You'll be here soon. So
I heard something about y'all coach doing something. Anyway,
What?
that was so
So
the
random.
Tennessee Titans coach.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm a Steelers fan. Sorry.
Well, that's
Right.
really part of the game.
So
and
her
I
heart's
know.
not in Tennessee.
Since we asking questions,
I don't
how about
know.
we play a little game first?
Thank you, Dr. Courtney, for that
Yeah.
segue.
Since
I
you
love
wanna
games.
talk about- Is it Tennessee or Texas? No, it's not part of the game. Never mind.
Oh.
I was about to say,
Oh.
did we
You're not
start
even
already?
add that- Well, she already
Started.
answered it. She already answered.
Right. So let's go ahead and play a little this or that so our listeners can get to know you a little bit better. So Dr. Leah is the timekeeper, and I think you know how this goes. I'm going to give you two choices. You blurt out the first thing that comes to mind. Okay?
Got it.
No
Dr.
pressure.
Leah, you ready?
I'm ready.
And let's go. iPhone or Droid?
iPhone.
Facebook or IG?
IG.
Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Okay. Vacation or staycation?
Staycation.
Calls or texts?
Calls.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Late nights or early mornings?
Late nights.
Rich friend or loyal friend?
Loyal friend.
Paris or Jamaica?
Jamaica.
Love or money?
Love.
And my favorite, coffee, wine, or Hennessy?
Wine.
Wine. I heard the buzzer. See, right on time. Yeah, I
job.
think you know
Got
this
it.
game a little bit.
By the skin of your teeth, you got it.
Good job. Good job to both of you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
You said, and you said staycation. So you rather stay at home, or are we talking about stay in the city? You prefer
Stay in the
staycation
city.
or stay in the city?
But
Be a
I love to
tourist
go
in your
and
own
visit
home.
different hotels, but in the city would be nice.
Ooh,
Okay. Just checking.
Yes.
All right.
I love it.
I like
you,
that too.
guys.
I'm gonna pass it. Yeah.
So, like we said, we all were matriculating at Xavier at the same time. So how did you make the transition from your primary or first pharmacy career to the gut health pharmacist? And what is the gut health pharmacist exactly?
So right after pharmacy school, I went to residency. I believe Dr. Marky Moore was pushing me on that little path, and I went. I took it, and I went. But after that, I was a professor at the St. Louis College of Pharmacy for 2 years, and I moved to Texas, where I started clinical services at Harris Health. At that time, it was Harris County Hospital District. I was there for almost 10 years and I loved it. And I was looking for something different. And I transitioned over to the VA. And currently I am still at the VA. So I still work a 9 to 5, but something was still missing. And that's when I was going through all my health challenges, trying to figure out what was going on. And in the bio, it mentioned, I had IBS and no doctor could help me. I'm like, okay, what is going on here? And when I decided to look into functional medicine, my back was literally against the wall. At this point, I'll try anything. Who can fix me at this point? So because, I wasn't trying to stay on the pill the rest of my life just to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So with that process, I fell in love with it. And that's how I actually looked more into functional medicine and becoming a health coach. There was different schools out there for sure with functional medicine, but the best one for me was with Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. And that's where I got my certification to be able to help others in this process. Because I didn't realize so many people, once I started talking about it, was suffering with the same symptoms and taking this pill, and I'm like, it has to be something else. And it's no magic. It's really just basics of life, changing what you're eating. I believe Dr. Tremaine was on a couple weeks ago, or back in February. I think it was Black History Month. So I do listen. I want to let y'all know that she was talking about food is medicine, and that's when I realized that's the truth. So that's how I looked into getting certified in that, so I can be able to heal myself, so I can be able to heal others, pay it forward.
Wow.
I love
Absolutely.
it.
How do you define functional medicine?
So if you think about functional medicine, it's more of an investigative medicine. When I say that, I mean, for instance, we do not just address the symptoms. We look for the root cause of your problem. For example, like for me, for my IBS.
So what is IBS? Let's break that down.
Irritable bowel syndrome with constipation. So I had symptoms such as gas all the time, acid reflux, sluggish, just really bad ab pain. I was in a lot of pain where I can be on the floor sometimes. It was just bent over, and based on some of the things that I was eating. So I was thinking, oh, I need to take dairy out my diet. Oh, I need to take gluten out my diet. But I kept taking all these things out, but I was still having all these issues. So what I mean by investigative, instead of just giving me a pill here's a pill for you to go to the bathroom to reduce those symptoms, let's get in there and see what's actually going on. And when I went to the functional medicine provider, that's when they did a functional medicine test, which is different from our traditional testing, and found out that I had bacterial overgrowth, excessive, and candida overgrowth. So the things I was eating was just pretty much feeding all of that, and it was causing all the pain that I was having.
Wow.
So investigative for sure. Functional medicine is integrative. So you integrate all, not just supplements, you look at self-care, wellness, sleep, stress, all those things go into it, because diet and exercise is great, but it's also other things you need to look at when you're trying to heal your body. So patient-centered as well. So that's important too. Patient-centered means treating the patient, listening to them, and making sure you're not just looking at a lab number, but looking at the entire person.
Yeah.
That's how I define functional medicine.
I love it. That's the best definition I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody wants to get started with you, you're going to spend a lot of time getting to know what's going on with them and asking a lot of questions. So I think sometimes that's a mindset that patients have to shift. Like they expect, oh, we're going to talk 15 minutes, 30 minutes max, but this is a different process in totality.
Most definitely. And like I said, I'm still one of those pharmacists. I still work a 9 to 5. I see my clients in the evening, and I do spend a lot of time with them. So I do send them a health assessment to fill out, and it's extensive because I don't ask the basic questions. They go through a lot of things over their lifetime. What have you done? What did you do when you were little? Because a lot of times it starts from a long time ago, what's been going on. And then from there, that consultation could last about an hour. And from there, we decide what's the best, course of action from there. And if they're ready to get started, we get moving with. And honestly, I don't ask for labs off at the beginning. I do try to get, I guess, their lifestyle, get that information first to start there, because it's the basics. So a lot of times we're just sitting on the couch, we're going to bed at 3 a.m, we're eating Cheetos, we're eating all this processed food. It's just so many things that we can change first before we get into the nitty gritty of trying to heal your body.
So that
and
was
you got to be committed.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. How did you evolve into the health and wellness coach and bring that into your practice as working with functional medicine?
Yes. So I think as pharmacists, we are really coaches anyway, because if you think back, we're always talking to our patients about lifestyle changes. Sometimes you're fussing at them, but a lot of times with the time, it's hard to get all that in. But with this, I'm able to sit down and take my time and get the information that I need. And I truly enjoy the one-on-one time. If you guys don't notice now, y'all should, that I love to talk. So, and I'm an ambulatory care pharmacist, so I love my patients to talk, back with me, with my clients, the same thing. So it wasn't that hard to transition over, because I'm just in a different space. Yes, I've been trained to do ambulatory care, diabetes management, hypertension, diabetes anti-coag, but transitioning over to just functional medicine And being able to take those skills that I learned as a pharmacist is really over into gut health and understanding those principles and applying those skills. It's just different. Still reading labs. I'm still talking about lifestyle changes. It's just a different parts of the spectrum. So right down the middle, I'm kind of conflicted because 9 to 5, I'm saying one thing, and then after hours, it's totally different. The Lord hasn't spoke to me yet to walk away, so I'm doing both.
Okay.
And I think that there is a place. Some people aren't ready to make lifestyle changes or not in a position to.
Mm-hmm.
So taking a pill might be the best they can do at this moment. So I definitely think there's a place for both practices.
And don't get me wrong, because if I get ran over right now in the middle of my street, take me to Ben Todd.
We not reclaiming that.
No, I'm just saying, it's
you
a place for medicine.
Benihana.
She did not say no Benihana.
Oh, Ben Todd, that's the hospital here in Houston.
It's a hospital.
I was about to say, was that
Benihana? Get that fresh beef.
No. That's not what you said.
I'm confused. We going to the hospital or to the restaurant?
No, don't listen to Sylvia. Where she going?
Food is medicine. #. Food is medicine.
Just making a joke. I was just agreeing with Sylvia. There's a place for traditional medicine for sure.
Good
night.
So we put a question out to our Instagram family about what they wanted to know about. And one of the questions was, what vitamins are recommended for women over 40? So I do love that you have both the traditional and the functional medicine practice, because there, like you said, there's a place for both. And we wanted to get your take on this question.
So I always, back before learning something new, I most definitely recommend, take this and you should take that. But I understand now with the people, my clients I speak with, you can't supplement a toxic lifestyle. If you're eating bad and doing all these things, I can't say take this, and this when you're not really doing the basics that you should be doing.
Right.
Say for instance, my client is on the right road and doing that. And we run labs and we see, okay, vitamin D level is low. So of course I would recommend vitamin D. Even with the gut health, there's certain labs. One of the labs called organic acids test that I run for gut health. It tells me if your B vitamins are low. If you're coming in talking about you're tired, low energy, and your B vitamins are low, then of course I would recommend that. This test also tells me about vitamin C, and especially in this COVID time and immunity, building that up as well. One of the I've gotten into over the last several years, vitamin is omega-3, of course. Omega-3 can most definitely decrease your risk of cardiac issues. So omega-3, and a lot of times we're deficient in that as well. That's a test that I run too. So omega-3s, and my last one would be magnesium. That's a mineral that we most definitely, most of us are deficient in. If you're finding yourself, if it's hard to go to sleep, magnesium is a good supplement to take just to relax you. I actually take it at night. I took it last night and I couldn't wake up this morning to go to my 5 a.m. workout, Dr. Courtney. But but I think that's a good one you can try as well if you're having issues with sleep, because magnesium can do so many different things in the body.
For sure. Okay. So what would you say are the top 3 things? Going back to gut health, right?
Okay.
What's the top 3 things to keep our gut healthy?
And why is it important?
Yes. So let's just start with what we put in our mouth, what we eat. That's important. We eat a lot of processed foods, and you hear people talking about eating nutrient-dense food, and what does that mean? You want foods. I don't have a garden in my backyard, so I don't go out and pick fruit and vegetables, but most definitely eating fresh fruit and vegetables for sure. Meat. So if you look at your package and it says 1,000 things, oils and gums and all that, you want to pay attention to that. So for instance, if you get an apple, the ingredient is an apple. If you get just peanut butter or some, you may have a list of different peanut butters. And I think a couple of weeks ago, I've been on the journey to find a really good peanut butter.
That's a hard one for me too.
Ooh, it was a hard one.
Yeah, it's like it's too much salt and all kinds of other things in it. So
that. You can make your own.
You can make your own. I'm not that determined just yet to make my own peanut butter, but you can.
I don't keep peanuts on.
I like the PBT
I am so doomed because clearly Not making no peanut butter.
I'm not making peanut butter. But no, so my first thing would most definitely be food. Looking at your food, eating whole nutrient dense food. Movement goes with that. Exercise. I'm not asking you. I love working out. I work out a lot. I am a hit stairmaster. I do it all, and
you look wonderful.
I love it. Thank you. And I believe by moving your body, just starting off walking, because that a lot of times it's hard. I have a client now. Her goal, they tell us 10,000 steps a day. I need to meet my clients where they are. If she's not doing 0 right now, possibly 500 max, her goal now is 2,000 steps a day. I meet you where you are. I'm not trying to beat you up. I want to make sure, you stay on the course, stay on this path. So moving your body, watching what you're eating. And honestly, it's so many, Dr. Courtney, I can name, but stress and sleep, I'm going to put that together. That'll be the top 3 because sleep, that 7+ is hard to get in. And a lot of times we're trying to lose weight and other things. And if you're not getting that sleep, that's really hard. And stress. Stress can most definitely kill you. And just trying to reduce that is what's another thing that's really important for me, making sure my clients are having the tips that I can provide to reduce the stress and get some good sleep in, because that will most definitely be a good start on your healthy journey.
It makes a difference.
It makes a difference. It really does.
So do you believe in all the colon cleansing? I know we're talking about detoxing a little bit, but do you believe in all the colon cleansing to keep yourself healthy?
I get those questions all the time. I do. I actually do a 21-day functional medicine detox every quarter. So what is a 21-day functional medicine detox? Literally, if you think about back in the day, we'll say great grandma, back in the day, the things they were doing is totally different or totally different from what we're doing today. If you think about, ladies, when we wake up in the morning, the makeup we put on our face, it probably has about 168 chemicals in it, toxic chemicals in it, that goes into our skin and sits there. You think about some of the foods that we're eating. So a lot of times, if you think about your liver, your liver detox you, but it can only do so much if you're putting all this stuff in there. So I think it's a great idea to detox, and I do it every season. And as for
are we losing weight with the 21-day function detox?
So with the 21-day function medicine detox, it can help reduce sugar cravings. You can lose weight as well. You can lose some pounds as well. And it can improve your skin, your complexion, boost your mood, your energy in those 21 days, because you're taking out, again, you're detoxing. You're detoxing. I just had a detox group. It ended at the end of April. So I usually do it at the turn of every season. And it's really just a boost, especially for my couch people or people who's on their journey now and want their restart or reset. And I think it's a great process, because it's just pretty much cleansing, detoxifying that liver, going through that phase 1, phase 2 detoxification process, and replacing it with all those nutrients and vitamins and minerals that you need. This is not the famous magic. There's none of that magic you see on Instagram or Facebook. It's something that's
there's
not the magic.
Don't do that.
Are you using it with natural foods?
Yes.
Veggies,
So in the process,
fruits and veggies, shakes, drinks, juices.
Let us talk.
No, Dr. Courtney, it's not a problem. So it does come with a shake, and a shake is like a protein powder. And it has all the nutrients and the vitamins and minerals in that, as well as it comes with a plan. And actually, I have it right here because I had a client last night that actually started. It comes in a little kit. I'm not sure if you see because the light is right there. Right there. But anyway, it comes with this little kit, and it tells you what to eat. I had to send email
Put
to
it
you.
up closer.
That's your good eye.
Thank you.
Okay. But it comes with instructions. And also in this group, I always talk about it. I tell you about the foods to eat. Literally, you're taking out those inflammatory foods. So for sure, gluten, dairy, alcohol, which is hard for a lot of people in this group. Sugar. When I say alcohol, sometimes I could have 20 people and I can lose 5 off the top.
Face is terrible.
Dr. Courtney don't even drink that much. So yeah.
So alcohol. So we're just detoxing ourselves from
Drink
things.
clear.
No alcohol on this detox.
You drink clear.
That's not what she said.
Mm-mm. No alcohol.
You drink
You
clear
can have
straight.
water.
You have tea?
water.
You have tea?
You can have herbal tea. You can
Put that
have
back
herbal
up,
tea.
Sarah. Put that back up. Put that back up. Y'all want to
Proud
come on.
member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority
And now
Incorporated.
I'm connected too. She want to talk about Tennessee, Texas, but she a Delta.
Look at their faces.
Continue, Dr. Katashia.
But with the 21-day detox. But as for the colon cleanse, I must say, I've never done the colon cleanses that you go into the different wellness spas. But in my program, if you're going through, say, for instance, if you have candida overgrowth or bacteria overgrowth, in that process, when you in the process of killing off the yeast, because you got to think about the yeast and the biofilm, I do recommend a colon cleanse in the middle of that process to try to remove those byproducts out. But otherwise, that's the only time I personally recommend one. But I don't go out saying go to the spas and have one, or colonics or things like that.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Have
Thanks
y'all
for
had a
clarifying.
Have y'all had a colonic before?
I
I have
in my
not.
20s. I did a colonic at a spa before.
Mm-mm.
I didn't like it.
No, I don't
I've
know if
done
I
it
can do
before
that.
too, but
Okay.
most of my
You
I
had
didn't last
one?
the whole session. I was like,
okay, I have a whole story. So I was
Oh.
flying to where was
You
I
will.
going? I was flying to Paris, and we had a layover in Chicago,
So you went and got a colonic?
and I had my fibroids.
Who
and
does that on a layover?
Listen, it was crucial. It was crucial. So
It's been
yeah,
a long flight, long layover.
it was like a 4-hour layover, but I was
wow.
looking
You
up
had
a Groupon on the flight.
Was it in the
to-
airport?
Yeah, I took my carry-on in the Uber to the
This
place.
was been in your
No.
20s too.
Wait, it was like down the street.
It wasn't down the street. It
Girl,
was
I would
like
have
maybe,
been scared I missed my flight. Go ahead. I'm
it
sorry.
was 4 hours.
But that's
I booked the hour
uncomfortable.
colonic. I was there. I mean, look, it was essential. Okay, at that moment because
But did it help?
yeah, I didn't know I had fibroids, so it was just
Mhm.
really pressing on. I don't want to get too graphic, but anyway, it was very helpful. But most of my doctor friends, they don't like them. They don't like, and there's a reason. Like if you're not able to go to the restroom for what, there's a reason. And a
reason.
colonic is
It
like a
goes
quick
back to
fix.
functional medicine.
Medicine,
Right.
the root cause, looking
Yeah.
for the root cause.
And I knew people had fibroids, but I didn't know that's what was pressing on
Mhm.
my situation. So
Wow.
So you just couldn't take a laxative? You had to go through a whole colonic?
I wanted. Well, I
It
had
was
them before.
bad
I've had
Before
them.
you went to Paris.
I
It was
knew that would
bad.
be.
She
I
had a
didn't wanna
long
be
flight.
stuck
She
on
was
a
like,
plane.
look.
It's an 8-hour flight. I didn't
I'm
want to be
about to
stuck on a
flush.
plane taking laxatives.
Oh, we
I
couldn't
knew
wait
that
till
I
we
would
got to
just get
Paris to go
Clint
to the
out. I want to
bathroom?
get Clint out.
No, she
So-
wanted to be clean before she got there.
She couldn't do that in
And-
Texas before the first flight.
No.
I couldn't go to the restroom. What did you want me to do?
No, she's saying why you didn't go before you even got on the plane.
I didn't have that issue. Well,
She was on the plane like, let me see where I'm going.
I don't remember, but I
On
couldn't.
this layover.
Is the bottom line. I
This is-
couldn't.
when you young, you do a lot of young stuff.
Mhm.
It sounds like
Oh my
it's
God.
your 20s.
I think I was like 33. I don't know.
Okay,
Anyway.
never mind. You knew
Maybe
better.
Yeah.
34,
You knew
35.
better.
It
Thank
worked
you
for me. It
for
was
that
the best thing
story.
for me at that moment.
Very interesting.
Oh, am I lying, Dr. Brittany?
No, I'm not.
Did they call you
No,
alone?
I did. She being shady because I tried to call her out last time. All of Dr. Sylvia's stories are very true, y'all. They're not fabricated at all.
But she does have a story for about every
Every
situation.
time.
I
And this time
keep
she
them
took
in.
us to Paris.
I keep them in a lot of times.
What's happening?
Oh,
Hashtag Groupon.
we want.
Go
Oh,
ahead, Leah. It's on you.
girl,
Please
no,
go with
I
the
just
next
want to
one.
keep hearing this because
No.
she's giving us more and
No.
more.
Please, Leah, take this. Take
I
the
wouldn't
reins.
do it again. I wouldn't do it again. And you
Thank
heard
you.
it from the Gut Health Pharmacist that she only recommends them in special.
Pass me this 21-day
circumstances.
detox, though, Dr.
Yeah,
K.
Pass
pass
it.
it.
Pass
Pass
it.
Pass it.
I'm gonna email it to you. I will.
Thank you.
She said
Thank you.
pass it. Like it was
Pass
going to go
that
to the
off.
screen.
Right here.
Y'all
Right
got
there.
me tickled. Stop, y'all be quiet. So in April, we did have a week that was dedicated to National Infertility Awareness. And, as we talked about in your bio, we did, briefly mention your struggle and the fact that you have overcome, your infertility issues. How has sharing your infertility journey empowered you and, of course, empowered others?
Wow. Thank you for that. I never thought in a million years that I would be sharing my story. When I was going through it, it was the hardest thing I've ever been through. I thought, losing my dad was most definitely difficult, but this was just, ooh, the icing on that particular cake of
Right.
hard things. But I must say, going through that taught me so much and a lot about myself. I struggle with fibroids. So, Dr. Sylvia, I do understand what you're talking about.
Thank you.
Fibroids and endometriosis. And my first, I know you guys probably don't remember this because you guys were ahead of me in school, but I remember, the P1s, we had our exams, I think at 5 and 6 o'clock in the evening. I guess as you went through the program, your exams were early in the day. But anyway, I was a P1 and we had a test at 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. This is going to be a little graphic. And I lived in Kenner. And
outside of New Orleans, for those who don't know.
Right. Like a
by
suburb.
the airport away, 2 suburbs away.
By the airport. And on your way out the city. And they didn't make any sense for me to drive home when I was at school. So I stayed there all day. And at that time, dealing with fibroids and endo, I really did. At that time, I didn't know what I was dealing with. It was brand new to me. And we had a test and waited all day. And I was in so much pain that day. I remember like it was yesterday. And taking the test, and I needed to go. And I stood up. When you stand up, something falls.
Yeah.
And I had no jacket. I had nothing. So I sat back down.
What
and
we know. We understand. We know.
Unclutch your pearls.
Yeah, a clot. The clot fell. Okay. And it was a mess. So I sat back down in my seat because I'm like, I couldn't go because I'm like, what the hell am I do? Right. And so I just sat there until everybody was done with the test. And that one person would not get their ass up.
You the one of them in class.
You'd always be that one.
Yeah, that one that shut the test down because I knew at least I can run. I was one of those students that kind of talked about the test at the end. Okay, what you get for number 4? What you get for number 5? But this particular day, I was trying to run out the back door to that back street. Yeah. And this particular student just would not give up. And Dr. Pramar, I think was her name. Yeah,
Dr. Pramar was my counselor. Oh my God.
Yeah. So she was proctoring.
My advisor. Yeah.
I'm about to say your counselor.
My advisor.
I'm about to say that's something new.
But anyway, this student wouldn't get up. So anyway, she came, she's like, it's time to turn your test in. And I was like, here. But this student was still walking. I just ran. So whatever was going on behind me, I knew it was a mess. So by the time I got home, my car was a mess. It was just a mess. And I knew then I needed to go home to Memphis to my doctor. And that's when I was, diagnosed with fibroids. And went to the doctor. The doctor did not look like me. Never told me. I didn't really know the questions to ask at that time. So I thought I was going to be fixed, have this surgery and I'm fixed. And, years later, of course, I learned that fibroids grow back because I had a myomectomy the summer after my P1 year. That's when I learned I had fibroids. And years later, 10 years later, the fibroids grew back. And then that's when I was diagnosed the second time during that surgery with endo. Because you can only be diagnosed with endo once you have surgery and they open you up. And going through that process, it was traumatic because at this time I'm dating this guy. We're talking about marriage. We're talking about kids. And we get married and we're trying to have kids. And, every month a part of me died because I kept getting my cycle. And it got to the point where my cycle came and it just didn't stop. I had my cycle for months at a time at this point. And it was really traumatic. And the third time I went into the doctor, I was like, we want to have kids. I want to save it. I want to save my uterus to have children. And she told me going in, when I had that last decision to make, going into that surgery, I knew 2 things. I would come out with a hysterectomy or I'll come out, intact and we can go for it. And the first thing I woke up after that third surgery, and I looked at my mom and my husband, and I looked at my husband first, and I looked at my mom, and I'm like, did they take it? And my husband put his head down, and my mom she just squeezed my hand. And so at that point, it kind of went downhill for me because I felt like, everything was snatched from me. I went into a deep depression, and telling this story every time now, I'm able to tell it because now I don't cry to tell this story. Mm-hmm. I tell this story because I know there's other women who's been in this situation, because I was like, don't feel bad for me, because I'm honestly on the other side of this now. I'm at peace. I trust me, there's a whole lot to this story, but to tell you now, I'm here to answer your question, Dr. Leah. To tell my story is release and therapy for me. I know that if I can change one life, that's important for me to know that you're not alone, because I always thought I was. And to be able to tell a story on this platform or other platforms is important, because this is a conversation that we don't have enough. My mom, I didn't have this conversation with my mother or grandmother. And then once I went through it, I had it. Why are we not having that conversation?
Y'all told me nothing.
Told me nothing.
Why are we not having it's just me, like something wrong with me.
Right. Just not having a conversation. So my goal now, I'm an ambassador for Filling Empty Wounds, working with their platform, working with We Can Wear White, working even in my the support group that really saved my life at my church. It's called The Waiting Room. I'm a coordinator for that group now, just to be able to continue to spread the word. I want to get into colleges, because if I can get into colleges to talk about egg freezing, I wish somebody told me at 25 to freeze my eggs. I mean, at least I'll be well informed. Maybe it would have been hell expensive to do it, but at least I'd have been well informed about what's going on when I turn 38 if I wanted to have children. Because it's nice to freeze your 25-year-old eggs versus 38. So my goal is now just to keep the conversation going, and also letting people know that you're not alone, because there's so many organizations and resources out there now, and my goal is to continue to do that.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Please continue.
Thank you so much.
Journey.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is so powerful, and I know that you're helping so many people, and just by sharing that with us, it sparked something, I can tell, in all of us. So thank you so much for sharing that.
No, thank you for allowing me to speak on it, because I always want to make sure that when I do come on and talk about it, is that right now I'm speaking from scars. My wounds are healed. So Thank you.
I love it. And she didn't have to get a colonic.
I'm sorry. Look at Leah's face.
Thank you, Dr. Katashia. Thank you.
No problem.
So if someone wanted to work with you or connect with you or have you come speak at their college, how can they get in touch with you?
So now my website is under construction, but most definitely can reach me at IG. I'm very active on IG at Dr. Katashia, as well as my Facebook page, Celebrate Health and Wellness. Are the two places you can reach me now, or at Dr. Katashia at drkatashia.com. So Dr. Katashia is a lot. It's a mouthful. Dr. Katashia at Dr. Katashia. Hell, you know what I mean.
Yeah, we had Dr. Katashia, Dr. Katadra.
It's a lot.
Yeah, there was a. Now, Katadra was in our class or your class?
04.
Ours.
Okay.
I'm like, it wasn't
like, yeah, okay. I was like, there sure was a Katadra. I forgot.
Yeah, I ran into her in New York.
Really?
And that was a couture.
Trying to say yes to the
couture.
Two couturas. I think I took your question, Dr. Craney. Sorry.
Oh,
so you can take
no worries. I wanted to know what was next for Dr. Katashia. Yeah. Where do you see yourself in the next year, the next 5 years? What are we doing?
So most definitely growing my health coaching practice and being able to speak on gut health, as well as my infertility journey. That's very important to me, to be able to go out, continue to spread the word, and they go together. Being able to making sure you know the importance of gut health, and if you're trying to conceive, that goes together. So I want to combine those two platforms to be able to teach about gut health as well as infertility. So I would love to be doing that. Seeing clients, and maybe even walk away from my 9 to 5. That'll be nice to be able to do this full time.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Well,
Now,
I love it. So anyway, that Three Friends Talk can be there to support in all of your endeavors. We are there. So I
Oh, thank you.
love the
For
message
sure.
and what
Thank you.
mission you're on. So
Thank you.
thank you so much for joining us.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
we got to get into her self care though. What are you
Oh.
doing for
What are
self
we doing
care?
for
I
self
think. Are
care?
you a recording artist?
Oh.
Are those records behind you?
Oh. So this is my office. So
I was like, what is she talking about?
Something's
these are
bad.
like it's my Grammys and my
So
no my.
frustrated with
Right.
Sylvia
Her
right
gold
now.
plaques.
So
Yeah.
frustrated.
So I do love music. So each one has a meaning. This one on this end is my favorite song. I am a major Beyonce fan, super fan.
Oh, okay.
You part of the
And
Beehive?
I am.
Oh,
And
okay.
so you will see the record
Like,
that
I'm
is
the
actually
president.
You'll see the what?
you will see my favorite song by her is Flaws and All. And the
Mine
record is
too.
actually the words of the song. So
Oh,
that's
wow,
mine.
that's so cool.
My husband, in memory of my dad, he was a huge OJ's fan, and his song was "Forever Mine." He used to sing that to me.
Oh,
So that's that. And then the last one here, my husband is again, and he's a huge music person as well. He loves rap, and he's from Mississippi, so Big Crit, David Banner,
Mhm.
his major people, and so that record is Big Crit. On
That is so cool.
it
That's
is.
creative.
I love
It's like
it.
on the Billboard
If
music
you could
chart,
have
top
if you could
100.
have a music plaque behind you, Dr. Leah, which song would you pick?
Yeah.
Dr. Sylvia, I'm coming for you next.
My song.
What song would you
Ooh,
pick?
you put me on the spot. I don't know. Come back.
Oh gosh, it's not supposed to be that hard.
No.
We'll talk about it on the next show. Have your song.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay, Sylvia, what would be yours?
I would pick I think it's called Daddy by Chrisette Michele, just in honor of my father and his legacy. So yeah.
See, I'm glad I ain't say nothing because mine was gonna be something real.
Silly.
Yeah.
But that's fine too. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
I actually have some Beyonce art coming.
Ooh,
So
My
I'll
first
share
one that
with
came
y'all.
to mind was, of course, Leah, our song with Michael Jackson, Liberia.
Well, it was gonna be a Michael song, but I couldn't think of which one because I go between that and
Look up in it.
so like okay, when we were traveling with my parents, I don't know why it was like on repeat every time. I think it was on not Pandora, but like Sirius Radio, XM Radio, and they kept playing "She's Out of My Life," and
Michael.
I kept telling my parents to listen. I said, listen to the end when he started crying.
What?
And they were like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah,
You
that man
feel
is
the
shed
emotion.
tears.
That man was
You
sick.
would put that on the wall. She's out of my life.
Look,
Okay,
I'm
let's end this,
Liberian
though.
girl.
Let's wrap.
I came and I wooed this world. Yes.
No, you were asking me about self-care.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Thanks, Sylvia.
We're all off task.
Right. Usually she get on us, but
no, just basic self-care for me. I wouldn't call it a low budget, but I most definitely prayer is important. Meditation, for sure. That's a given. But I'm always down for trying something new. So I picked up skating.
Four wheels or
oh
in line?
goodness. Oh
Four
my
wheels or
goodness.
in line?
So I have a skate class I go to on Tuesdays. That's important to me. It's a beginner's class, and next week I'm going to the partners class. I'm enjoying that.
Four
I'm
wheels
assuming
or
gosh.
incline?
I can't
Huh?
wait.
Kind of
You
skate.
need to share that because
Four wheels.
I just signed up for a skate thing with Push. The guy who's part of the Silver Fox crew. I'm going to his class out here in Atlanta. Yes.
I follow him. I love him.
I've been so mesmerized by skate culture lately, not because I'm just in Atlanta and it's really big here, like Cascade Skate. But it's so sexy. Like when I already dance. I'm on a dance team. So it's like, what's the next level from that? It's the skating. And then Usher has been into it a lot. I've been following Push, and I'm like, Push is about to have a class. I'm going to it because I don't know how to skate backwards very well. So y'all me and Dr. Katashia going skating.
So I'm going skating. We were skating backwards last night. I love it.
Y'all get y'all weight up. I don't know if I'm after this surgery. I don't know if I'm gonna get back on skates, but I was a skate champion.
So
I'm
What?
gonna be
that's
on.
important.
No. You
Yeah,
heard
we're gonna
what she
talk about
said.
that on the next show. We are not. We ain't doing it tonight. Not tonight.
Now that is a lie. That is a lie.
I'm about to say we ain't doing that
Fabrication.
tonight.
All the fabrication. I'm
No,
not.
we are
No,
not.
but you have the races. I will win.
You a speed skater?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm got to go. Good night, y'all. That's a wrap.
No.
Please
Thank
wrap
you,
up
Dr.
this show.
I'm about to end broadcast right
Shout
now.
out to Andrew Gray. What was his comment? Thanks for watching.
I didn't
Thanks
say
for
it out
joining.
loud, but he was saying that it was a great quote earlier about you can't supplement a toxic lifestyle. That's true.
Absolutely.
thank you.
But yeah, we're not about to get into those lies and deceit right now.
Speed skater.
No, ma'am. Dr.
Don't forget
Katashia.
tomorrow night,
you.
Thursday night. Catch us on Freely TV on channel 100. Dr. Katashia, thank you again for coming in and being with Three Friends Talk on the Three Friends Talk stage.
Thank you so much
Can't
for
wait
having
to
me.
see you. You gonna be at homecoming?
I've never been. Don't look at me.
You
crazy.
missing out. Come on, ma'am.
But I will need to try. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please come.
Yeah, please do.
Come on over.
Please do. We had a great time. Well, we always have a great time. But this has been awesome. I'm really glad. I know we've talked about this, I think, last year about getting you on the show. Yeah. So thank you for being patient with us and making that time for this. I think you really helped and touched I know you helped and touched a lot of people tonight. And thank you for walking in your purpose and sharing your story. It's so powerful. And we can't wait to see what's next for you.
Well, thank you all for having me on your show. And I told you guys I'm fans, so I couldn't wait for this or that. I was ready. So I thank you guys so much. I love what you're doing. I am a super fan. I'm very supportive, and I want
you
everything for you guys. And come to Houston, bring the chocolate brunch here.
Well, and I was just about to say that. Of course, we will invite you when it's in Memphis. Maybe you'll be in town that weekend. So
when is it in Memphis?
It's gonna be in the fall. Yeah, we're gearing towards the fall. We'll keep you posted. I will let you know.
Again, thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Bye,
Till next
friends.
time,
Stay
friends.
healthy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, friends.